And this was a big one, yo. I'll save the commentary, but we got to at least mention it was shown. Blade, now in development. Arcane Leon, third person. The man came out and said third person action adventure single player game set in Paris. And like we'll talk about the talk of exclusivity, but as far as the game itself, I think someone in the super chat said it earlier. I love the music. I love your man who's giving him a shape up a fade. He had a little blood on the head. He was a little shook in the situation because you know who he dealing with. I just thought that was now, to be honest, for me, I'm thinking this is Arcane. We just have to accept it's first person. I was willing to rock. I'm willing to rock because I'm like, this is Arcane. When Dinga came out there and was like third person.
He was dressed for it too.
And he had the trench.
He was dressed for it too.
And then to see Marvel, the rep was like, we love everything Arcane does. We love Dishonored. We love Deathloop. What was y'all feeling?
Yeah, why did he say Redfall?
That's Arcane.
We love everything Arcane does except that game.
Leon. He said he's talking about Leon. But and then I don't know if y'all caught with Dinga. He said it meant a lot to him because obviously he is of mixed background, and that Blaze story is obviously half vampire, half you know what I'm saying?
He's from from his town.
And from Paris, he's doing it for the culture, for the city.
Right.
What was y'all thinking of the Blade joint, man?
Well, Brev.
That's not Paris. But we're gonna let you know.
Listen, I'm uncultured. Anyway, now I thought, what I don't like about my DMs is it was spoiled already for me.
Yeah. So in the streets.
Going to it now, it's about what is it going to be there. Right now, it's just confirmation. Then when I saw the confirmation to it, and I was just like, "This is it." Y'all screamed, you kicked, you begged, you cried, you needed a superhero game. When the king was saying y'all didn't need one, I don't know why y'all doing this. And to see the reception of it.
That's what I was saying. That's big for you. That's big because I know you've been.
Yeah, no, I gotta respect that.
I respect that from you. That's big from you because I know we've had this debate.
Yeah, because I was on the other fence that we don't need it. But obviously it's necessary and it's needed. But what's even crazier, it is so needed that the opposition is in denial. So you got to know the property must have hit right, and it must have been a great time to drop that trailer at that moment that they did. Because the opposition is port begging for it right now.
Port begging.
Yo, you know why? I'm gonna find exactly what port begging is. And shout out to my man Christopher Hart.
Oh, you gonna put my man on Fresh Street?
Where this is you putting this up, port begging, and I'm like, come on. And it said new profile pic. He changed his profile pic to port beg.
Oh, man.
And then one dude put to Phil. Phil put something. He was on vacation. And it was like the first signs of snow. And the dude put, please, let's get Blade for PlayStation 5.
Oh, but well, since we talking about it, now that King already opened the subject up, did y'all see Greedy's tweet?
Yes. It was this.
It was that.
It was if you go to the Xbox.
Let me see. You got that? Hold on. Let me.
This is Christopher Hart, right?
No, go to my timeline. I don't know if you follow Dinga, and Dinga retweeted what Greeny said, and Greeny had where Chris Hart got that picture from, what he altered, is originally something that Greedy put up.
So he was fugazi with his.
Yeah, basically he edited what Greedy put up because Greedy put up played
the real
Xbox, joint, and real. Dinga retweeted it.
It's kind of interesting how quick Greeny removed
that
profile picture.
Right,
it's like someone PR messaged him like, "What are you doing? We ain't supposed to do that yet."
So let's talk about the controversy, Attic, in the sense that obviously the talk about it, people are excited, but what platform is it? Why hasn't Xbox explicitly said this is an exclusive? We noticed the Xbox account didn't tweet it. It was the Bethesda account that tweeted it was coming out. There was one article, shout out to Windows Central, but then they did that said it was exclusive.
Talk about this one right here, right?
Yeah, there you go.
The real one, right?
Yeah. There you go. There you go. We got it in 4K. You know what I'm saying? So, So, what do you guys think about that whole situation? And so, I don't know if I got a chance to get your thought about the game. Also, include everything in it because I was curious to see where you were at Addict.
I think this is all Microsoft's fault. It's just like there's too much inconsistency with their messaging. It's like, if I remember correctly, and maybe you guys can vouch or not, after the Bethesda thing was done, and he came out because Hellblade was supposed to be a multi-plat, Avowed was supposed to be a multi-plat, Elder Scrolls was supposed to be a multi-plat. When they did that Trinity thing, when they did that couch thing with the Bethesda.
Right.
And Phil just came out openly, said, look, we bought this to value our consoles at the end of the day. It's going to be a case by case on what goes. I do feel like I remember seeing people when the ABK deal was first announced, where it was like people automatically assumed it was exclusive. Like I remember
that's a fact.
People saying
that was a fact.
It's going to go just like Bethesda.
Yep,
these games are going to be exclusive.
That's a fact.
But the thing is when you consistently change up the messaging you have, where this game's an exclusive, this game's not an exclusive, and then you have the CFO a couple weeks ago that talking about multi-plat this, multi-plat that.
Tim Stewart's comments. Good point.
I don't blame people for being skeptical if the game's exclusive or not exclusive. Now, I think if you're actually paying attention in the industry, you should know if it's an exclusive or not.
Right.
Let's go off of what Microsoft's actually doing.
Right.
Microsoft has not formally announced that Indiana Jones is an exclusive. But guess what?
Good point.
We know that because of the FTC court hearing.
So let me ask you this. Because you're on some fire with some stuff. Do you think, because this is another trail of thought, right now, I don't know if y'all know, the FTC.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay. They are still
you on my joint.
battling Microsoft right now. Now on your joint, but I'm in agreement. That was funny. That was crazy because you always catch me when I'm out of pocket. I didn't catch you. Because you set me up last week. It was good. It was good.
My bad.
Nah, you funny. That was funny. It was funny. So yeah, they still fighting the FTC over the Activision Blizzard deal. Shout out to Tom Warren.
Fighting itself.
And they said FTC is appealing the district court's decision not to block ABK. The whole bit. And that they're saying in the appeal, Microsoft is threatening the cycle. FTC claims that they are threatening the cycle of investment and entrepreneurship that drives America's innovation economy, and they continue to go through the administrative process. So their whole mindset is that, they take games and make it exclusive, going against the entrepreneurial spirit. So
and that's a valid thing.
Do we think that this is part of the reasoning why, hey, let's not reveal it now with a logo? Let things play out because the game ain't gonna come out too long anyway. They're gonna know later anyway.
I think Microsoft is waiting for the appeal process to end, where there's nothing they could do. I think they're,
then they're gonna put the boat on your neck.
I think they have. I've been told that they have been having, meetings and stuff with the FTC. But in that case, why announce it? Because now the online conversation is whether or not it's exclusive. No one even is really talking about where storyline they can go into, what type of gameplay they can happen. Everyone's talking about whether or not it's exclusive. And if it's a matter of 6 months to a year, when this game's 5 years in the making, you should have just waited till you could put your brand right up on that stage.
Next scenario I want to tell you, because I hear where you're cooking. I hear where you're going. Again, a shout out to Jez Corden, Windows Central. Shout out to Xbox 2. Jez made some interesting comments as well. Now, what do you think about this, Attic, in reference to part of the... We know for a fact, because we're involved in a way, that Bethesda still operates independently. Like, for example, their PR and the way they do things, right? If you go to Microsoft and you try to say, hey, I want to deal with Bethesda, though they send you there. That's where you're so the mindset is, and again, shout out to Jez, he brought this up, that part of acquiring these publishers, right, is that they're still subsidiaries, they still have to operate independently. And we do know, right, Bethesda does move to the beat of their own drum, and we do know that even in the old documents, remember when they had to be like, Starfield, Microsoft was like, to use a King reference, delete that Starfield PlayStation joint, delete the Redfall joint, right? They told Bethesda this, and Bethesda's culture instinctually is really not that. And maybe like they're so used to not having to do that type of stuff. So do you
That's
think
how Penny Hines is going?
There's been talk about that maybe that his he was very outspoken with certain things, and hey, the way we do things versus the way y'all do things, and maybe part of
Now you don't do things over here.
Relax yourself. The heart of acquiring a publisher is to allow them to say it whenever they're ready, and Microsoft says, okay, you know what, we know it's exclusive, but you get to announce it in due time when the way you want to do it. Do you subscribe to that thought process?
I feel them on that, but there are some things that if it's going to involve your decisions making us have bad PR, then we are overseeing your decisions on certain things. We've seen them do it in the past. I know for a fact that they've had differences on how to present stuff at E3. And we clearly see who pulled the rank card in that scenario. Right. So it's just like, look, like this Blade thing is, I find it very frustrating. Colobro put it on Twitter. He's like,
yeah, let me read it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you cooking. Colobro said exactly what Alex talking about. We could be talking about how amazing it is that Arcade Studios Leon develops a mature single-player third-person Blade game. Instead, platform talk dominates social media, and the only one I have to blame for this is Xbox. I'm so tired of this. So people were saying, I got you, King. I'm gonna let you cook.
I know. I'm just laughing.
Yeah, he said. So somebody said, hey man, what about hey, that it's early, and showing it, and then Colobro responded. He's like, look, I'm not the industry. He said, I'm an Xbox fan first and last, and I don't understand why every small bit of criticism about what he's saying always gets downplayed. He said, no one is saying this needs to matter to you. That's fine. It clearly matters to a lot of fans, and many simply want Xbox to do better. So a lot of people want Xbox, to, in your words, King, to put the foot on the neck and say definitively that it is theirs to other bases. Let's just say that.
Is my time? No?
Let Addict finish, and then I did. Yeah.
Here's my thing. It's just like, look, at the end of the day, the person who told me the game existed also said it was exclusive. So I'm pretty confident it's exclusive. But it's just like, I hate to see such a huge announcement. And I wouldn't necessarily call it bad PR, just not good PR either. It's like a lot of neutral PR where people are discussing it. And I'm not the type of person that I don't believe all publicity is good publicity. I do think there are some publicity that's taking away from the core of the conversation. Right. And this isn't the core of the conversation. The core of the conversation is Xbox has an exclusive game, but all that has been drowned out by is it exclusive or not? And to me, it's just like you take one step forward and two steps back, because it's like now, instead of celebrating that Microsoft finally has a superhero game in competition to stuff like Spider-Man, Wolverine, now that's not the conversation. The conversation is this game going to be exclusive? Is that going to be? And not to mention, it puts more energy behind what's going on in general with third-party stuff, because this is Bethesda. This is not Activision. This is Bethesda. They bought Bethesda before the ABK deal. And I understand the FTC thing, and that's perfectly fine, because, why come out there with an announcement that could potentially cost you more millions of dollars arguing with the FTC for years? That's perfectly valid. Wait for the approval thing to go over. Wait for all that to go over. Then announce the stuff.
Oh, so you don't even want it there? Because
it's like, why come out there, show all your bars, and say it's not my bars though? Like that just makes no sense to me. It's like, why come out there and say, I'm putting my style on this? Okay, that's on you. I don't know what's on. I don't know.
So what about Greedy with the subliminal bars? What about Greedy?
He's doing that for us.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so it's not real.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, asking. Yeah.
How is me saying us not real? Explain that.
No, I'm saying you said he's doing that for us.
He's doing that for the people that's on Twitter.
I was thinking it was just for show. Okay.
No, he's doing that for the people on Twitter that's asking, the people that monitor him. Now we know for a fact, which I knew. Okay, there's no reason Aaron be changing these if this wasn't some kind of fruit to this stuff. So it's definitely he's doing it for us.
So what if he changed it because it was going to PlayStation? They found out.
then at that point, Aaron, come on, man. At the end of the day, all these years. All these Xbox people have been coming at me. They don't need no comic book hero game.
Talk to him, King David. Talk to him.
But guess what? Bethesda and Xbox disagreed with you.
Read your tweet. Read your tweet, Addict. Speak your truth. Shame it down.
Because
That's right,
if they truly did not need
I
it,
miss him.
they wouldn't have pursued it. If they truly did not feel like they needed this in their stable, they wouldn't have armed for this fight.
We got to read it.
You would have heard me give you your flowers if you was here when I gave it.
It's just, at the end of the day, it's just frustrating that don't get me wrong, this is still a W, massive W,
massive.
But it sucks.
You make it sound like it's not.
Well, I can still criticize and still give them props. I do it all the time.
This is true. You can do that.
This is true.
I would say they took a massive W, like a capital W, to a lowercase W.
That's right.
Because now it's like, we know what's happening, but it's just like, I want Xbox be like, we got Blade. Like PlayStation does with Spider-Man. Wolverine, we got Blade. This
make
is
them feel
stuff.
it. Make them throw their console in the garbage. Make them spiteful.
I don't even mind them showing games this early. I
want them afraid.
I don't like them doing stuff when they have their hands tied behind their back. It's like, so if you're going to come out there and formally announce stuff, announce it. Put your brand on it. This is ours. It's not there. Like that's what I want, because it's like, because it gives the illusion. Okay,
you don't want to get them a hope.
If Blade isn't going, then what else isn't going? And we know none of that stuff's going over there, because it's just like Indiana Jones. If that game was multiplayer, I would give some conversation to exclusive talk, but it's not. It's only on Xbox. So it's like now Indiana Jones and Blade is being developed only on Xbox.
Yo, sarcastic. All right, I'm just gonna get you going, but I have to read it. Sarcastic towards Addict. Xbox needs a superhero game. Also, Addict. Why even announce it?
No, it's not about announcing it or not announcing it. It's what's the point in having a superhero game if you can't put your logo on the box? What's the point in spending $6.7 billion if you can't even have Xbox on the logo?
Okay, fair enough. All right, we're gonna keep it cooking. I just want to give you your props though for one tweet that made me laugh. He said, "Everyone that has attacked me, that Xbox don't need a superhero game for the past years. Don't let me catch you outside playing Blade when it comes."
That was hilarious. He's like, "Y'all better not play it." Like,
those are. I want to see you play. Those are cog balls. Those are cog balls. I felt I inspired that. Anyway, Sav, you've been patient. I know you've been patient.
No problem.
But Sav, he wasn't part. I haven't talked to him. I don't know what's going on.
I know I'm Barry Bonds.
Yeah, you clean up. You knock it out the park. Everybody's getting on base right now. You come through. Okay. All right. So
Sav be stealing
Blade. Yeah, he be outside.
So real quick, I do want to add one caveat to the conversation going forward.
Yes.
People say it doesn't matter if it's exclusive, it's in Game Pass. I want to add that too. Okay. Is that right? Does it matter if it's exclusive to the Xbox platform if it's in Game Pass day and date? So
interesting. All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But Sav, thoughts on Blade, this game, your feeling, and the controversy?
So first, just seeing it. When I saw it, after taking in the fact that it was a Blade game and it's being made by Arcane Leon.
You know what's funny? Saul's the only person in this podcast that didn't know before it happened.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't talk to him. Yeah, he was on anniversary mode.
I've told you guys a million times, don't tell me. I know people tell y'all things in the DM, do not tell me.
Right. So what was your thought?
Being surprised.
When you see this on
so I was super excited, right? But then I had to go back and rewatch the trailer quickly because I'm like, I'm super excited. At that point, Dinka hadn't spoken yet, right? So
Correct.
I wasn't sure about the third person yet. And the first thing I put in our chat was like, hope it's third person.
Yeah.
I saw that.
And then when
I just let you finish it.
Yeah, when he confirmed that, I was like,
your IPS is high. You get mad when we do that to you. I'm just saying. I love you though.
You sound like Nori so much.
Yeah, I love you. Continue.
He confirmed it, and that made me so happy. So my thing is this: I love Arcane, period. This is Redfall is misstep. Let's be clear about that.
We don't talk about that.
Let's talk about that. But Arcane's the way they design games and the way they think about design, the way they think about combat is very special because they've taken the tenets of the immersive sim and added visceral combat to it, right? So you add that to a character like Blade. And then you decide to take it third person. Oh boy. That is something that really, again, I can't really even picture what they would do with it. All I know is that I have the utmost confidence in them. The only thing that worried me a little bit is that the art style, if the art style of the trailer is indicative of the art style of the game.
Would that disqualify just one because it seems very stylish, very hi-fi rush, maybe?
No, not to me it wouldn't. But when I think about how people would talk about this game in the general gaming spectrum, somebody's gonna look at it, right? Because you know it's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna look at it like, oh, it's not of the quality of a Spider-Man. It doesn't feel like Wolverine. It's too cartoonish. Why isn't it gritty and more realistic looking? That's a comment I know is gonna happen because I thought it myself, and I'm like, I know I would play the game regardless.
Of course.
But I would be. I've always said this about if you're gonna. Listen, there's conversations that PlayStation just wins in when it comes to certain things, right? And a lot of the if you think about the love for PlayStation, that goes back many, many years. But recent PlayStation, that love comes from the fact that when they talk about AAA games, there is an archetype of that game that has convinced people that this is quality, this is the best there is.
Correct.
When you look at an Insomniac game, when you look at The Last of Us, when you look at a Ghost of Tsushima, people consider that top of the top, best of the best. And the fact that they've done that now with superhero games, right? We've seen Batman beforehand, but now Spider-Man with this. Superhero games stand in that echelon now. So I just want this game to have every leg up that possibly can have without people finding dumb reasons to dislike it and to shoot it down. And I guarantee you, whether it be press, whether it be people on the internet, whatever it may be, somebody's gonna be like, I wish it looked more realistic. I wish it looked more visceral, right? So just that. But at the end of the day, I know gameplay wise that game is going to hit. I know. Maybe I eat crow in 4 years. I hope I don't. But I love the way they develop games. I love the way they think about action and movement and the idea of hand-to-hand combat, forward-facing combat, and stealth. Right? Incorporate that with vampire-like abilities. I think they're really, like Dinka said.
Are they like co-op abilities?
No, none of that. No,
None of that.
Solo abilities.
Are they forcing a multiplayer?
No.
Not at all, baby.
Okay.
It's all Blade. I'm very excited for what, like Dinka said, let us cook.
Yeah, let us
We're
cook.
cooking right now. Let us cook. I'm super excited for it.
Did you hear the part where he said, play Blade your way?
Exactly. So that was the arcane.
That's arcane.
That was the arcaneness of it. It's like, what does that mean? What does the skill tree look like? What is it? What are your options going to be in combat?
That sounds Redfall to me.
Plus, the good thing about Blade is I feel like Blade's a very versatile character.
Yes.
He can fight multiple different ways. So I think his type of fighting style and the way he can go about combat works good for Arcane.
I'm excited for what they can do. We'll see what the art style pans out to be or whatever. But now talking about the quote unquote controversy.
Controversy.
I agree with Addict in that, like, it's like, man, I get all the stuff behind the scenes, and Microsoft is the company that's always going to think about that, right? But they're also a company that, especially Phil is very much aware of what the community is saying.
Oh yeah, he got his pulse when it comes to
he has his finger on the pulse. He knows what the Twitter streets are saying.
Facts.
And he wants to push back against that, which is, I wasn't here to talk about this topic.
Oh
but
yeah,
we'll go back to the third party thing and whatever Xbox. Listen. Phil is never going to tell the Xbox base that they are not going to get a console. And I firmly believe that under him, right, him being the overseer of the whole thing, we're always going to get an Xbox console, even if it's to their detriment because the numbers say people, want to play whatever game someplace else. Whatever the case may be, we will get a console.
Okay.
So you think Sony will be out before Xbox?
Oh God.
I don't know where I said that.
I'm just asking.
If Sony goes out before Xbox, it's because an extreme drop of the ball, and
like they're doing now.
If Xbox does it, it's a choice. What? What does it have to do with Blade?
Oh my God!
I'm just messing.
I don't know. None of this makes any sense to me.
Continue, Sam.
When do I make sense? We just want Kong dead.
Back to that discussion. So Phil, Phil knows
He
y'all
said,
crazy.
Back to saying this.
Phil knows that y'all are crazy. He's never gonna tell y'all. He's not gonna give. He's not gonna be like, yeah, you're out. No more console for y'all. Y'all
That's
go.
it.
The streets would burn. Like he's not gonna do that.
He got his pulse on the street.
Even if like whatever the future holds may be on multiple platforms, whatever the case may be. But a lot of different things have to happen for that to be the case.
Right.
The controversy about this, I do agree with Attic. I was like, man, I get it. You don't. I think they definitely should have talked about it here. I think this is the stage to bring it up, even if it's 4 years out. Sony's been doing it forever, and a lot of times when you think about this idea of Sony kind of maintaining momentum even when they don't have some stuff going on, it's because the expectation that stuff like this is in the pipeline, right? Yes, did we need to hear about Wolverine when they talked about it? No,
Right.
but it helps, right? It helps. So I think that was totally fine. Obviously, they didn't say it. I don't think that they're being wishy-washy about internally. This is, I don't know, maybe this will be exclusive. Maybe this internally, they're not wishy-washy about it, even if the messaging feels that way.
Because we saw that the internal Indiana Jones.
Exactly. It was like, nah, this is definitive. Nah, let's go. Right. So they know what they want to do. For whatever reason, and I think it makes a whole lot of sense that, the FTC stuff isn't done. Lena Khan is not done with them yet.
She's outside.
Fighting tooth and nail. So
wasting my tax dollars.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
she is.
they want to run it. They want to run it back.
But she needs to justify what she does, right?
And they like the scoreboard.
I'm mad at her.
like how it went down.
I'm not
Just
mad
like
at
the
her
Eagles.
because she needs to justify what she is doing.
I had to do my shot. They was coming for me. I had to get my shot.
Yeah.
Shout to the
So
49ers.
listen,
Work them, pause.
I understand them being quiet, but it just sucks because it's always them that feels like they have this mixed messaging, right? And it's never like, and to King's point, I know King wants to see the boot on the neck.
Yes.
And I think with the showing that they had, they showed like, hey, listen, this is the mea culpa. We didn't give you anything last year. I get it. Here you go, right?
Facts.
And even then, they dropped the ball on their last mic drop, which was, hey, by the way, Game of the Year winner. Blah, blah,
But that wasn't their fault. That was your man. Your man from Larry.
That was your man in a hot tin suit.
Ironclad. Tin Man was supposed to do the job.
In that suit,
and he apologized.
So he was the one that was supposed to say.
Yeah, he literally he said I only had one job. Was to get out there, accept Game of the Year, and tell it that it's now available Xbox, and I messed it up. So he literally had to go on Twitter and apologize to Xbox.
They had to get back that bread too.
What he had to send a check back? Oh man,
you got to give back the bread that we paid you to say.
Oh
what you needed to say.
man, not like that, kid.
Give it back.
But again, I think, listen, the Xbox base has been battered for a long time. There's wins of this nature have not happened, right? We've gotten the stuff that we wanted as Xbox fans, right? You get your Halos or whatever, and you enjoy them, you don't enjoy them, they underwhelm the general masses, whatever the case may be. You like getting wins that should be wins across the board that even the biggest of haters can't be mad at. Like you got to eat that, right? And when you have this type of stuff, you're like, damn, the discourse is someplace else. The discourse isn't, oh, wow, Arcane is making a Blade game. What can that possibly be? The discourse is, is everybody going to get it?
Who's going to get it?
Exactly. And it's just like, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. But I get it. But I still do think it was the right move. To me, the biggest stage of the year, everybody's watching. Even the casuals are watching. The industry's watching.
Facts.
It is time to announce it. And if you really want long term to people be excited about the Xbox brand, you have to do things like this. So I think it was the right place to do it, and I'm excited for it. I mean, listen, man, I don't hide my love for Arcane. I love those games. I love the way they play. I love the way they think about game design, and applying that to Blade.
Perfect character.
Let's go.
Yeah, no doubt, King. You've been patient. What are your thoughts first on the announcement, the vibe? You're a Marvel head, but you have your thoughts on the games. You love Spider-Man, and then obviously the whole controversy after. So what was your whole thing? Because we did not get a chance to watch this with you.
My whole thing with these individuals, where's Shachara at? She's inside. I have a guy texting me about it. My whole thing is Insomniac comes out, says Spider-Man. Guerrilla Games comes out, it says Y'all don't sit there and say, "Yo, is Spider-Man coming over here?" Y'all just know.
Yeah, logo, PlayStation logo, be there.
Y'all just know. We're developing this for Microsoft, for Xbox. Oh, is it coming out for us? We need to know. No, you don't. There's a court case going on. We don't need to give them any ammo to say, see, they just announced Blade, and Blade is exclusive to them. This is exactly what they said they was going to do. And everything that comes out from ABK is going to be exclusive. We need to stop this now. No. Why do you need to know for sure? And why are y'all so weak that y'all listen to the PlayStation dudes?
Why we gotta be weak?
Like, yo, literally, y'all are saying back the stuff that they're saying to you. Microsoft needs to put the boot on their neck. No, Microsoft needs to announce it and walk off the stage. It's ours. That's it. Until they say it's not. But you're supposed to assume it's yours.
Oh, so you say they're not even confident that it's theirs.
They have no confidence. I seen a bunch of jellyback dudes weak.
Oh, they not advancing the line? The jellyback dudes is back? The mustard seed dudes?
You know what's crazy? When D-Batch got to tweet me that we need to get these dudes to hold the line.
Wait, they weak as hell? They can't do a push-up? They can't do a sit-up?
D-Batch don't ever at me in any tweet. And it's getting to the point now where you dudes are too damn soft. Like what do you need the confidence? Do you need the boost? Like, you don't need it. Like, stand on your square. Listen, this is the reason why they're able to rough you guys up.
I got chills right there. That felt like Vaseline 2.0.
Because I'm watching it.
I was there, bro.
I'm watching it. You're supposed to be happy. Spider-Man got 0. They show God of War Valhalla, which is a rogue like they fight on the corner. They fight on the corner with the same ogres, and they switching them out for red, blue, and green. And he gonna get some roguelike moves. And y'all guys, it's a whole game. Hellblade, it's a whole game. Y'all just want to show a win. This is why I don't like you dudes. It's just like y'all like a boxer who only picks people that they can beat. You will never be great.
Never be remembered.
Because you don't have confidence within yourself. Everything I saw Microsoft dropping, that's us. That's us. And Blade, why would I question it if it's Microsoft? They said legacy titles. Do we have a legacy over there?
There is a Blade game on PS1 though, King. In fairness, there is a Blade.
Was it made by these dudes?
Arcane. No.
All right. Bethesda didn't make it. Arcane didn't make it.
Facts. So they're owned by.
But King, I gotta ask you this, King.
And then we gotta get Attic. Yeah.
Because part of putting a boot on the neck, right? Is
I'm gonna show you something that's a boot on the neck in a second.
My thing is, like, I get what you're saying, right? And a lot of dudes come off like they're scared, like they don't believe. But a lot of people people just want the affirmation.
I love how King is disgusted by that.
But tell me this, right? Tell me this, right?
And I'm gonna tell you what these dudes are.
When they come out and say it directly. You the first one, right?
You be outside with your chest.
Be outside with the chest. Like
my chest was outside. My chest was outside. My chest is still outside.
I feel in your heart of hearts, you don't need to infer anything. You know in your heart of hearts.
Right.
I get it, but isn't it that much sweeter?
Dudes is weak.
Isn't it that much sweeter when you come out and because you can't say that you get mad when they come out and if they had come out and said exclusive, you'd have been screaming from the rafters too.
Okay, all right. You know why it's more sweeter like this?
Why?
I get a chance to see people port beg. I get a chance to see.
You get to see the weakness.
I get a chance to see the opposition cry for it.
And then, so wait. So you implying that if Xbox would have jumped out and said they had a logo for the jump, they'd have tried to dismiss it. Yeah, but now that they know, now that there's hope, that it can come to their platform, they like, yo, they Christopher Hart put the joint.
the conversation would have been different, right? They would have pivoted to, oh, it looks whack, right?
This
And
is
they-
not-
always-
So it's proof that
Here's
so
the
it's proof of
thing.
the tax. That's what we doing.
This is Matt
the
Booty.
Okay, good. Let Addy get it. Let Addy get it. He be waiting.
Yeah.
To me, especially like, look, everyone here, I'm pretty sure we're confident that this sucker's exclusive. Blade.
Oh, when you
Blade
say
and all
sucker,
his
it's all.
But we not talking
Addict say
about
sucker. I love that.
back dudes.
Blade and all his 4K glory gonna be on that Xbox whatever system. I don't know if it's
And
gonna be
I'm
the
gonna
next
play-
system
I'm
or
gonna
this
play it on
system.
PC.
Yeah, he gonna be there, man. Him and
Facts.
his sword, everything. And the only reason that I was pushing back on an announcement at this event is because I didn't want no.
You don't want
pushback.
no, but you want a definitive boot on that.
I wanted shut down. Like, see, King wants to go back and forth with them. Yo, he wants to give them hope.
Back and forth.
No, King wants to give them hope. I didn't want no hope. I wanted the light in the
That
eyes.
is true, King.
Yo,
so what about
away.
so what about the dudes that you call a Buster Heart? Right. They just like, yo,
Jelly
we want
back.
to Jellyback, right? We just want to put the boot on it. We want to be with you, King. We want to let that.
No. See,
We want to let the other bases know it's ours.
Microsoft could come out and say this is exclusive.
Okay.
Jellybacks dudes will always say something. Well, I don't really like the art direction.
You
of
know
something
what's
like
funny
that.
though? You know what I find hilarious, King?
What?
We clown PlayStation when they don't put only on PlayStation on stuff, and when they put the little things at the bottom, say time exclusive ends at this date. Like we clown on them for that. We do.
I don't.
It can't happen both ways.
I
though. You
don't
can't-
clown on them when their first party studio comes out and announces a game. I don't expect it to show up unless it's MLB to show. That threw me for a loop.
Right.
And why? Why is that the reason that you don't clown on them? Because PlayStation has made it their life's goal
No.
to tell you our stuff is our stuff.
That's not it. That's not it.
Then why don't you ever clown on them?
What it is
Because they don't put that only on PlayStation on anything anymore. So why ain't we having this conversation with every single release?
why they not having that conversation? Because me personally, when Spider-Man came out, I didn't expect it to show up on Xbox, but I do expect all those Activision Spider-Man to show up at some point. But